Hello, this is today's session is about looking through the FOSIL website. So I thought it's important that we start right from the beginning. So if in the search box you type in https://fosil.org.uk and it brings up the website for you, which starts on a aim and an understanding of why the FOSIL group think that inquiry is important. So the first place to start is the FOSIL cycle. If you click on the tab, you'll see that there's a big long list. The FOSIL cycle itself is the main picture, which can be downloaded as a PDF or a PNG, whichever you find easiest. Again, an explanation of what it is and why it's important. And then the FOSIL cycles skill set is also a downloadable version as a PDF, either as you can see it here or in a vertical, whichever you think you find most useful to you. Each stage of the FOSIL cycle is explained. So if you click on each tab, you'll find an explanation of what this particular stage is about. So obviously we're on Connect. There's a navigation tool so you can jump between the stages really quickly and easily. Things for you to consider when you're teaching this section, this stage, and featured resources that include graphic organisers that will teach Connect, which you can either look at as a PDF or you can download it as a Word document. And if you wanted to see all the resources that were within Connect, there are 33 of them at the moment, and increasing as we speak. So that's Connect. If I then jump to Wonder, you'll see that it's the same layout and format. An explanation of what the Wonder stage is, your navigation tool so you can jump back to Connect or you can move on to Investigate, things to consider when you're teaching this section, and featured resources, again as PDFs or Word documents that you can edit. And if you want to view all the Wonder resources, there are 35 currently. And it goes through like that all the way through the whole cycle. As you can see, investigate, construct, express and reflect. If you want to see the skills framework, it's worth having a look here. For me, the best one is the FOSIL cycle of 2009. I'm just going to open it up for you so that you can see it. This fully explains how FOSIL works as building blocks all the way up through to year 13. So this is year 1 and year 2, and all the way through, if you scroll down, you've then got all the way up through to year 9 and then obviously up to year 13. So it's a very easily accessible document that I think is one that's worth knowing and understanding, that is available to you. It has opened up in a new tab on my PC, so I'm going to come off that so that I come back here. All of the other things are useful to look at too, but again they tend to take you back to your inquiry framework, your FOSIL cycle skill set, the vertical one, and so on. But they're beginning to build up, and we're hopefully going to have them all available within the site eventually. The 2019 Inquiry Skills Framework I'm not going to open up, but it's certainly something that's worth looking at. It's a way of navigating through such a huge document, and they're hopefully going to be linking to all the graphic organisers that are available for each one. So it's worth coming back and having a look at that when you have time. Our resources page is as it says on the tin. Lots of lists of resources. There are currently 14 pages of resources. Each one is described in a little box. Will explain what it is. It will tell you whether there's a Word document that you can edit, or a PDF if you just want to download it. It'll tell you which inquiry stages that it links to and whether it's primary or secondary. So it's worth having a flick through. If you really don't know what you're looking through, looking for, literally click along the tabs and you'll see what comes up. There's usually, on mine, there's about 6 on each page. So when you have done a search, you need to make sure that you understand that there's a research search button, which helps to bring you back to the main inquiry page, which is useful. You can sort by inquiry stage. Let's have a look. Inquiry stage, a full workbook. There you go, on the left. Inquiry, so you can choose to be on Connect, just Connect resources, or just Wonder resources, or both. But remember to reset your search. You can either have full workbook or skills framework or others. So if you just want the ones that are just full workbooks, then it'll bring them up here. Again, reset your search. And whether it's primary or secondary. There are currently more secondary than primary resources, but it's important to understand that there are, we are building up our primary resources, so it's worth having a look. So if I reset that search, so you can search by description. So you can search by Year 9, for example. So any Year 9 resources, they come up. So if you want to, a specific year group, or you can search things like history or geography. If I do history, all the history resources come up. So, an easy, quite quick way to search. You can search by title. Obviously, that's only any good if you're looking for something specific, or that you know what it is that you're looking for. So I know that there's EPQ resources. Tab if I did Q. Okay, so obviously there you go. It's come up straight away. I also know that there's a Black Death resource. But it does get frustrating if you keep typing things in and nothing comes up. So it's very title specific. It needs to have the words in the title in order for it to come up. So please don't get frustrated. We are building up our resources here. Okay, so I'm going to do the Black Death one again. What I want to show you is, obviously, if I click on the PDF version of this inquiry journal will come up. If you scroll down, you will see how the workbook works, and I'm not, I've gone into explanations in my other videos, so I won't talk your way through this one. I just want to show it to you so that you can see. This one has sources removed from it because it was built for a specific school. Obviously, if you were going to use it yourself, you would add the sources that you have access to, and it just goes through and down, and hopefully just having a quick flick through there you can see that it could or couldn't, it is or not useful. If I close that one and this time open it up as a Word document, it then downloads it in the left hand side, so it downloads it onto my screen, which hopefully you can see there. And if once it's done, I move myself out of the way, you'll be able to see it. It's busy downloading it, but obviously once it's downloaded, it means that I can then edit it and have an editable version. So if there was something on it that I did or it didn't need, there you go, it's open. So let me open it now. Hopefully it'll come up. Okay, it's taking its time. I don't know whether that opened or not. Okay. I'll show it to you later. Anyway, so if that does pop up, we'll have a quick look at it. But obviously the Word document means that you can then edit as you see fit. There are other useful things like initial planning form when you're attempting to have discussions with teachers. That's there. It's something that we will look at a bit more in a later at a later date. If you type in in tags. So in tags, if you type in collaboration, you find it there as well. There are templates for you to create your own from scratch. So if you type templates in, you'll see that basically, these are documents that have got nothing on them. It just shows you that the colour scheme is right and it's in the right setting. So if you want to start something completely from scratch, it's there and it's available. So that's that is the resources page. On the forum site, there's lots of useful discussions going on. So and you can sort of browse and look in. So you do need to be registered on the site to comment. So you need to click the register button here, which will bring it up. And obviously, because I'm registered, it puts your email address in immediately. But if you want to sign up, then you can. Let me go back to forum. So once you're registered, Darryl will actually approve you. So that goes. So do use your real name and do use fill in all the details. The school, because that's always useful for us to know. So the forum is the best place to reach out for help. So no question's a daft one. There are many people learning how to use this too. So the best place to start is looking at inquiry, resource and design, which is here. It's the one with the most posts, so it's easy to find. As you can see, this is where most of the discussions are happening. Currently there are 57 topics and 291 posts. I want to point out the year 7. Where did I say? Ancient Rome and FOSIL. Can I see it? Oh, there you go. Year 7, Guided Inquiry on Slavery in Ancient Rome. So this was started by Tom Nielsen, a librarian. He explains how the inquiry came about, what he did, and you can see that I've commented and Darryl has come in, and then Tom expanded on what he did, and he even shared the journal that he created. It's about supporting each other and helping each other work through this whole process. So knowing that those kind of things there is important. So I'm going to pop back to forums. And if you go to general information, which is here, there are, so there's the staff room and common room, which is where you can introduce yourself. Please do so when you sign up. But FOSIL presentations is an important one. So if I click on it here, what you'll find is FOSIL presentations for assemblies or insets. This is an example of assembly presentations that have actually been carried out, and it's worth having a look through because they're very valuable. It's worth really having a look at what is being presented and what is being shared. Hopefully to give you some ideas of how to do it at your own schools. So because the FOSIL forum, teachers and school librarians are able to use shared vocabulary to triangulate from the different position of subject experts and information experts to produce materials that support students better. There is also documents that are being written by people who are experts on this subject, it's really, you know, I would really encourage you to have a read through these so that you begin to understand what inquiry is and why it's important. And then you've got an about page which gives our purpose and mission, our history, any events that are being on, and any news that you need to know. So hopefully that gives you a sort of feel for what the FOSIL website is. If you do have any questions, then please just, you know, email me and ask. If you can't find something, do not give up. Please, you know, let us know if the website is not working as well as you'd like it to, and we can have it, you know, we can check things out for you. It's important that we work together. I hope that this has been a useful video. Thank you.